doing?
I'm okay, I'm well.
So a little secret. I sucked at basketball, but by force, I wanted to be in the basketball team. And Maureen was actually one of the very good players in the team. So yeah, she played basketball very well back in St. Louis's. So I was always on bench while she and the other girls got to play, and I was wondering when will my time come. Can I tell you an embarrassing story? So when I went to Motown, I was doing tuno. I was like, oh, I can play basketball. I played for my house, and I put the ball in my house's basket. That was the end of my dream of basketball. Like, I didn't do it again because they really had fun laughing at me. Yeah. But all these years till now, you've done incredible. I mean, I'm sure when you look back at days at St. Theresa's, you're like, huh.
Yeah, especially because I didn't always think, I didn't know much about technology at that time. I didn't think that I would end up here, so yeah.
What was life growing up like? With your sisters and your mom?
Yeah.
I remember all of them. Tell me about that, and of course, everyone else who doesn't know much about you.
Yeah, so it was nice. I kind of miss those times, like being in the same place with everybody. Now everyone is scattered all over the world, but those are really, really good times.
So you went to St. Theresa's school?
Yes.
And then you moved on to?
I went to Akosombo International.
Okay.
Yeah, and then, you know that gap year before you go to uni, I went to Alliance.
Okay.
So I did the whole French diploma certification.
I see. So you speak French? You try?
I try.
Yeah, I know. It's quite a struggle, especially if you don't have people that you practice
with.
So after diploma in French, what did you do?
Then I went to HSC, HSC University. So, yeah, HSC for 4 years. I studied Management Information Systems for my undergrad.
Was that your choice?
So I'll tell you a story. Yeah, like when I got to HSC, at that time HSC was quite new. They were only doing 3 majors, so business administration, computer science, and MIS.
Okay.
So MIS is like a hybrid of both. I was very confused. I didn't know what I wanted to do, so I thought, let me just go for MIS since I'll get to do both of them. But I started liking the tech aspect of it. So
prior to HSC, you had no interest in technology?
No.
What did you want to become?
So I wanted to study linguistics. I wanted to learn all of these languages. Like, I really, really like the languages. Like, when people are conversing, I tend to translate in my head. So I thought I wanted to do something in linguistics, but yeah.
Have you shelved that dream now? Kind of.
Maybe one day, maybe one day.
Maybe one day, because technology has taken over.
Yes,
and become your first love.
It has.
But even in HSC, how many of you were girls in your class?
Oh, there were quite a number. Okay. So for computer science and then MIS, there were quite a number of people. But now looking at it, I feel like a lot of the females, not a lot of us are in the tech field anymore. People have moved on to do different things.
Why do you think that's so?
I think it gets a bit daunting.
Okay.
Because I don't know, I don't think it's a fear issue. It's more about their representation. You don't see many women, you don't see many girls who look like you. And it's quite easier if you're seeing people who look like you doing what you want to do. Yeah. So if you're not seeing them, then it gets a bit daunting.
It's difficult. Yeah. But for you to have done, what, 4 years in HSC, and you got a degree in that, in MIS?
Yes, MIS.
And then you moved out of the country?
I did. Okay. So I forgot to say, after HSC, I worked in Ghana for a year, and then I went to do my master's in the UK, and
Why the UK?
So my sister's in the UK. It's something that I was familiar with. And the course that I wanted to do, very similar to MIS. I found it in the uni that my sister did her undergrad in. So I just thought, let me just go there.
What course was that?
Information systems.
Oh, so you eventually, ended up doing what you had wanted to do at uni.
Yes.
Was it easy moving to a different country, studying in a completely different environment?
Well, the study part, it's quite different. So the whole system is different from what I was used to in Ghana. But I really liked it because it was very international, people from different parts of the world that I could talk to. So
it wasn't that bad.
It wasn't that bad. Plus, if I want to eat fufu, I'll just make fufu.
Exactly. But how did you land a job at American Express? Was it right after school?
So after my master's, I came to Ghana and then I went back to the UK. So someone just sent me a message on LinkedIn asking if I want to work at American Express, and I said yes. So,
just like that?
Yeah.
Based on what?
So the thing about LinkedIn is if you're very active on there, telling the world things that you're working on, people notice you. And then,
wow. And all of us have been doing Instagram, Facebook, then we'll take a picture of a selfie or something and put it up. I've been told a lot of times that you need to take LinkedIn very seriously.
People use social media for different things. Different people use
Yeah.
it differently. But my first job, when I worked in Ghana, it was through somebody that I found on Twitter.
So it's not that bad after all.
It's not that bad.
What was your first job in Ghana?
So software engineering, yeah. I worked as.
What does it mean to be a software engineer? What do you do?
You tell the computer what to do.
Oh, you tell the computer what to do? So you program it?
Yes.
I see. So like all the things that our phones do,
Yes.
that's like your job?
Yes.
But that sounds like a man's job, in quotes. And a lot of women, like you mentioned, a lot more women are shying away from it. Why is that so?
Generally, I'm a very curious person, apart from the fact that I can be bossy sometimes. So telling someone what to do is something that comes naturally to me. And one story that will help for you to understand this. So when I was in Ashesi, my very first programming course was in Visual Basic. I don't know how many of you know Visual Basic, but it was very hard. I thought it was like the hardest thing ever. At some point, I thought maybe I should do something else.
Yeah.
But I was very curious. I wanted to get to at least try something once and then just leave it. So during the mid-semester break, I didn't go home. I stayed and I learned it. I really, really learned it and was able to build a calculator with it. So, and I still remember.
Wait, what? You built a calculator?
Yeah.
From scratch?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, so I still remember how I felt when I was able to do that, and I thought, oh, maybe I should just keep on doing this. So.
I see.
Yeah.
A calculator. Every time you use it, I'm sometimes confused. How much about building it from scratch? But, so, I mean, at what point did you start winning the awards? Because I know that, like I mentioned earlier, in 2019, you won the Innovator Award at the Every Woman UK. Is that the Woman in 100?
No, that's
different.
That's different.
So how many awards have you picked up so far?
Oh, my God.
Too many. Life is good, huh? And these are like global awards as well.
Yeah.
Okay, tell me about the first one.
So the first one was in 2019, the Every Woman in Tech Awards. So I won in the Innovator category. I didn't think I was going to win because, like, in my category, there were so many people, like VP of Software Engineering, VP of Innovation. So, yeah, and I was just like small software engineer. So I didn't think I was going to win. But yeah.
And you won that night. So what did it come with? I mean, if you won Innovator of the Year, what did it mean?
So basically, that award is for someone who's doing exciting things in technology. So I won that award for health information system that I built. Okay. That was being used in the blood bank in Kolebu. So, yeah.
I see. So you built it while you were in the UK, or you built it here in Ghana?
I built it in Ghana. So for my master's project, I did a lot of research in health information systems, and I thought it would be nice to do something like that. So.
I see. Congratulations. And then you went on to win what? The Tech Women 100?
Yes.
Tell me about that
100.
as well.
So that one, yeah, I remember when I got the email saying that I had been nominated. I don't know. I still don't know who nominated me. So that felt very nice.
Okay.
Yeah. So I think they had over 1,000 nominations, and then they brought it down to 100, and I happened to be one of them.
Out of what? Like, is it a UK thing?
UK thing.
Oh, in the UK?
In the UK.
So you're one of the Tech Women 100 currently?
That was in 20... now there's new nominations going on, but
until they announce that you are currently one of them?
Yeah.
That must feel very good.
Yeah. I really like the recognition because the up-and-coming girls who want to be in technology get to see that it's possible. Yeah. So sort of, I see it as an inspiration to those people. I wish I had that when I was growing up.
That's the problem, because a lot of people are worried, and a lot of parents are worried that there's not much exposure when it comes to technology here in Ghana, for girls especially. Yeah. And everybody thinks that it's a male-dominated field, and so they allow the boys, but the girls shy away.
Yeah.
What do you say to that?
It's not that hard. People think it's like really, really hard, but if you want to do it, you can do it. Plus, you don't always have to know how to code to be in technology. Okay. So there's like other roles like project management, agile champions, technical writers, things like that you can do. So you don't have to learn how to code, although coding, I feel like if you know how to code, you have a superpower.
Yeah. But you're writing a book as well. You have written a book.
So,
or co-authored.
Yes.
Okay.
So it's called Voices in the Shadow.
Yeah.
That highlights the profiles of 51 women doing amazing things in technology in the UK.
In the UK. Yeah. So what did you write about? Because I saw a screenshot that you put up.
Yeah.
And it says, seeking to what? Inspire the present and future generations of Black women to actively seek careers in technology.
Yes. Yes. So I just wrote about myself and my journey into technology, my career journey, how I started and where I am right now. Just writing about my challenges and my wins as well. That's another thing that I think women from our part of the world need to learn how to do. Sometimes we take the humility thing
too far.
Too far.
We should stop being too humble?
Yes.
Why?
I feel like you need to be able to get outside of your comfort zone and talk about your achievements.
Okay.
Because other people may be looking up to you. If they don't know, then
what's the point?
Yeah.
I see. But you know, there's a thin line between being confident and being arrogant.
Yes.
And a lot of people don't get that. And so they're not sure. That's why maybe they choose to be humble.
So I did a course, like teaching about how to speak up and talk about like achievement and stuff like that. And there was a quote that says, it's not bragging if it's a fact. So
it's not bragging if it's a fact.
Yeah.
So if you've done it, talk about it.
Yeah.
And don't care about people telling you you're too much.
Yeah.
Because that's the thing as well. A lot of people say you're too much. I mean, you're too in our faces, relax. We know what you've done. You don't have to spell it out for us all the time.
Yeah,
you say it anyway.
Yeah, when it comes to opportunities and you're not talking about things that you've done, how will people know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
How do we get access to this book that you've co-authored?
It's online. It's online. I can send you the link to it.
Yeah.
So you can read about all the amazing women. The one online actually has 100 women, but the hard copy has 51, so I'll send you the 100.
Who inspires you in the world of technology, which is why you keep doing what you're doing?
It's funny. It's funny when I'm asked that. So I have a housemate.
Okay.
Who is 7 years old. She's my daughter, and yeah, so.
And she inspires you?
Yes.
How so?
Because I feel like she needs to have somebody to look up to. If this is a path that she wants to take, then there should be that someone that she's looking up to. When I was growing up, I didn't see many women in technology. If you ask me who my role models are or who my mentors have been, I'm sure I'll talk about maybe 9 men and 1 woman.
Yeah.
And I feel like that needs to change.
It does.
Yeah.
It does. That's so sweet. So family, I mean, with technology, I'm sure you're always, trying to code something, develop like a software.
Yeah.
How do you juggle that with taking care of your daughter?
It's not easy, but I'm not too much of a sleeper. So if I need to do something, I just do it.
How many hours do you sleep in a day? I hope it's not that bad. 2 hours?
It's not that bad. No, it's not that bad. Maybe like 5.
5 hours a day. And the rest of the time, what are you doing? Coding?
I like coding or reading or listening to a podcast because I like listening to people talk about themselves. Because every time I listen to someone talking about themselves, I learn a thing or two. So.
And you read a lot of books too.
I do.
Like on your Instagram page, you're always screenshotting like some book that you've read. How many books have you read in your entire life?
Oh my God, I don't know. But this summer, I have read 4 books.
This summer, you've read 4 books already. Do you have like an aim, a target?
I don't.
You just enjoy reading. What kind of books do you read?
African ones. Ones written by African authors.
Ah.
So currently, I'm into the South African side of
Who's your favorite African author at the moment?
Her name is Dudu.
Okay.
Dudu Busani Dube. Yeah.
What does she write about?
So she has a series of books. That's like I think that's the last thing I posted on Instagram. So it's just about a group of boys who come from one family, just living life and just figuring it out.
I see. So we have 2 amazing girls who are joining us today. They're into robotics, and Maureen is also going to join us so we develop something. I'm even confused at this point, but I'm sure that Maureen will be here to give us some advice. And of course, you see those incredible young women do what they love to do. This is a Day Show. We'll be right back.